Okay, I have definitely need to find a good grocery store all these years. You know, I go to, well, for a while there was only like, well, there was 4, but 2 of them I never really went to that much. Well, anyway, and I've said I'm not going to these stores anymore because of things like, and currently from then I stopped for a long while, and then I'd been talking years, go back for something and say, okay, they've cleaned it up, but no, just to find out they haven't. This kind of thing. Like the one I just left, I took pictures of this. I'm not going to show the pictures of this because anybody who knows would know what I'm talking about. And I don't say the names of these stores. You know, I don't usually do stuff like that. But I would, it's like buyer beware, certainly. Because what I mainly went for was some meat. Because our refrigerator, well then let's just say the short version is a new one should be on the way. Yeah. Okay, where was I in this? I might have to raise this up like this because of the kids. When I'm driving down the road to come to this store, I usually come here to get meat. That's usually all I get at this store. It's meat. And they got really good meat. The way they cut it, different cuts and all. Yeah, good variety. And I'm coming down the road, you know, first there was a police officer pulled over somebody who ran through a school zone. And I can't say that I'm perfect with the school zones when all of a sudden there they are, you know. But no, this person was driving way too fast. And I guess that's why he pulled him over, or she pulled her over. I don't know. But then I got on this other road, turned to come to here, and there was a school over there, but it wasn't that grade, and it was past the school zone. And a teenager just walked right across the road. You know, it was jaywalking, and there was a car in the middle lane. But far enough ahead of me that I was in no danger of hitting the kid myself, the teenager. But that car, they just walked right in front of that car. I mean, and it's a 35-mile-per-hour road. Yeah. I was like, really? Seriously? Don't they teach teenagers things like, if you're walking home, don't do stuff like that? You know, how young is too young? You know, how old is old enough? I mean, never let the kid walk across. Oh my gosh. Why aren't they taught at school? Why aren't they taught by their parents? I mean, that one in particular, I'm not saying all of them, you know. It's probably just maybe that one in particular. But then right after that, I think it was a woman, because I think she passed me by and I saw her. And she was in the middle lane. And like I said, far enough away that I was in no danger of anything like this happening. You know, and I was watching it, and then right after that, a car came from like you're driving down the road and they come from the left or right of you out of some road or some, you know, stores or something. Like they have the right to cut in front of you. They don't have a light. They have nothing. They just do it, and that did it to her. Like, man, she's probably going, oh my God, I gotta get home. You know, she was thinking that I'm getting off the road. There were crazy people out. But right after that, I come to turn in here, and a car came from the other side of the road, you know, perpendicular kind of thing. And that happens quite often, so I'm used to beware of what people think that they can do. And ran right in front of me. I blared on my horn. You know, Adam always says, I'll get him. And at first, when he heard me do it one time, he said, oh, don't do that. They just made a mistake. I'm like, all right. You know, he's one that he admits that he's one that does bad things like that. Not like that one, but similar. You know, he said he tailgates. Why is that a problem if they're going too slow? And it's not the first person I've heard say stuff like that they justify it in their mind somehow, that people who, you tailgate them when they're going too slow. No, you don't. No, you don't. Period. But I'm not a perfect person, but when I saw when that happened, and then there was one right behind them, they were trying to get on that road too. You see, they think that they can go straight across. You know, when they're coming out of a, you know, like a outdoor mall kind of thing, or not even just a, just a strip mall. And they think that they can cross over people who are in the turning lane to turn in the mall on the other side. No, you don't. You don't. Oh my goodness. I would agree with the woman that should have been saying, I'm going home. These crazy people out. Oh, there's one of those four-door silver cars. I cannot believe how many four-door silver or gray cars I've seen since all that I've mentioned so many times about the fleet of people doing those food deliveries. Yeah, I'm just amazed. But anyway, I'm gonna go in this store, and I just do. It's unbelievable how many people seem to not know how to drive. And I know this is a thing I can remember when I was young hearing about it, but I think it's worsened because I've seen people who are giving driver's ed, lessons, and they drive really bad. I'm talking speeding, changing lanes, in and out of changing lanes and everything. No blinker, nothing. They're just dodging in and out of traffic. Or they allow the kid to turn from the middle lane, the teenager who's learned how to drive from the middle lane, turn in front of somebody in the left lane to turn in. That was me that was behind. Luckily, I've driven 45 years. Yeah, I can dodge, but like I say, I'm not a perfect being, I don't intentionally think that I own the road. I mean, I don't do that. I don't own the road. I know that. And some people, they do think that way. Not that they own it, but that anybody who's not driving like they think that they should, like tailgating at them, they think that they're going to tailgate or they're going to do something to prove to the other person they must drive their way. Adam won't say why he does it, except him saying, well, if they're driving too slow, somebody's got to tell them somehow, you have a horn. And if they're not driving your speed limit, yeah. You see what I'm saying? Some people, Adam doesn't think that way, but some people think that they make the speed limit. Like whenever, after 2020, some of the drivers were saying, y'all are not coming out and changing our way. We've made new laws on how to drive. Nope, you didn't. Anyway, talk to you on another video. Okay, I got out of there. $78. Bump meat, I have a freezer. Deep freeze. And that's what's gonna go in the deep freeze. But anyway, anything perishable is, the refrigerator, like I said, it finally bit the dust, but anything perishable has got to go. And I don't usually cook. We don't usually cook much at home. I mean, we don't really eat much. And but the thing about it is, it's going to have to be very small. So, because we don't have, a refrigerator to make leftovers, so whatever it is going to have to be eaten. And we don't really cook all that much, It's going to have to be very small. You see what I'm saying, right? Oh my goodness. But I just can't eat out all the time because of my health condition, edema and all that. I still don't know how to pronounce. I've never heard. Is it edema or edema? Adam says edema, but he's from a country across the globe. Maybe that's what they call it there. But I think it's edema here. So, but that store was pretty crowded. It always is. It's alwas crowded. Yeah, it's the only one around here that I've never known any other. I usually don't say it, but you could have seen it. So. They have good meat, but this time it seemed a little high, on the high side. And I was just thinking, ran across, I wasn't searching for this, but a video popped up. It was a newscast about a particular store. It was actually about two, because they were talking about two particular stores going down on their prices today. And I'm like, so, I'm being sarcastic. I'm not really thinking this, but maybe, you never know. I'm thinking, so they're going to go back to what it should be? Okay, I was talking about, The stores that I go to mainly to, sometimes, like I said, like I go to this one. And I'm going to have to stop going to them because one of them has a cashier. There's two different chains. One of them has a cashier that he apparently thinks, and I think it's the same guy, he apparently thinks that once he scans the product, he is to pick it up and slam it down on the belt to go to the, you know, the sacker, whatever you call them there. But slams it down. I don't want broken up product. And I told the guy when he did it to a woman in front of me, and one day, and then he started to do it to me, to my groceries. You know, he did it to hers. I said, don't be slamming my groceries down like that. He just looked at me and smiled. So he stopped for me, but I went there another day just recently, and he was doing that to customers. He didn't see me. I was in a I don't know. I just had walked up there and there's a thing in front of me, but I saw him do that, and I'm like, oh, you know, really, this is what people deserve. And they that same store is one that I told the manager. I actually spoke to the manager and told her about that, and I said, and this about you raising the price of cans of sodas. They don't order all of them for 2 liters. You know, they make much more. I said, I don't want to use the word price gouging, but $9.99 for a you know, for 12-pack of cans of soda. And she said, well, it's been like that for years. Now that's no defense. It kind of says a lot bad about her. A lot bad. For her to use that kind of defense. I said, well, I don't want to use the term price gouging, but you might want to check out your competitors in the neighborhood. And there's actually half the price. Seriously, it was. And then after that, I went to the other one. the other one that I don't want to shop at anymore because it had meat that was turning green and yellow, and they went up on their price. It's about $1.50. Still, I mean, $9.99 on sale was at the other one. The one I told them, that's, you know, I don't want to say price gouging, but it's been like that for years. Lame. But overall, I'm not satisfied anymore with those two. I mean, I like I said, both of them I stopped going to, and then I went back like a year or two later. You know, not at the same time either. But now, no, they're trashy. I've seen bugs, and one of them that priced, you know, I don't want to say price gouging, but I don't know why. It is what it is, you know. It could be. I would love to see what the soda places, whichever one it is, distributors or whatever, what they charge them before 2020, what they charge them now after 2020, and see if there is a reason for that high of a price now. When it used to be like on sale, you could get them $2.50, $2.50, and now on sale it's $9.99. Right. Wrong. Very wrong. Very bad. Shame on them. Taking advantage of stuff like that. You know, that was 2020. This is 2024. And you shouldn't have been taking advantage of it then. But, yeah, so many people, they're kind of, I don't want to say weak, you know, because people like that can be crazy and be dangerous. But, yeah, but they want to kind of brush off their... Okay, I had to delete some from that video. There was a child, so... But anyway, what I was saying, you know, I'm trying to get this word out because people look at it different. I'm not trying to get the word out. I'm just venting about how I see the people. They took something that was a totally different thing, Karen, you know, a Karen, and they used that to say that anybody who speaks to a manager is bad, is, you know, they call Karen bad. Well, Karen was about prejudice, a woman being prejudiced. But they've changed it now to when that way nobody will speak to a manager, probably because they're, I mean, not my opinion, and that could be wrong, but I think some of them at least are slackers, and they love the thought that nobody is going to speak to a manager because it might be turning them into the manager. You see, there's so many different ways to look at stuff, and or to just speak up to something and say, look, you know, like I said, these people can be dangerous. I'm not suggesting to anybody to do it. I'm not suggesting at all, because I have a thing about not really being afraid of people. I'm a gentle giant of a woman, and it's just a part of who I always have been. I don't really even think about it. The whole thing is, I don't think about it. I'm not trying to use my strength or anything against anybody, but I'm also at the same time, it's just who I am. I'm not afraid. I'm really not too afraid of people. You know, I mean, there's some I go, ooh, you know, but overall, I'm not. And there is a wasp flying around my windshield. Anyway, but you know, some people would see that I'm Texans, and not all Texans act this way. They don't all, you know, they aren't all kind of, you know, thinking that if you don't do this, you're a wimp or something, or you're weak, you're whatever they're going to call it. But I was raised where you had to stand up for yourself. You had to. It wasn't something that you just, you know, let slide. And people doing that to other people, it bothers me that, to me, to anybody, that somebody's price gouging and taking advantage of stuff. And I'm not going to say anything like, hey, check out your competition. They're not doing it. I really do want to see the receipts, and see before 2020 and after here in 2024, and see if there's a reason for them, you know, raising the price up, other than them making profit off of people. And another thing about that place was, I used to just recently I started buying, you know, like fruits and fruits like watermelon, cucumbers, whatever it was, you know, different honeydew or whatever, in the little plastic cut up and all, and just, you know, I don't know what happened, but they all started tasting bad. It could be my refrigerator. You know, there's always that. But I've bought them at other places. I got food poisoning one time, and you know, I guess it was good for a little while, but then Adam told me that when he went yesterday it totally shocked me that he went and bought groceries. He said he was going to buy watermelon, and he said they're so expensive. You know, that like I said, it was probably his first time ever to buy groceries for us. Well, he goes to Costco, and I think that's a little bit too much, but maybe in over 40 years he's probably gone about 10 times. Maybe that's kind of too much. He's not a grocery person, and I can remember he's done it before, and when he did, he always got the wrong brands of stuff. You know, if he's bought it for me, but he'd get the wrong brand, or he'd buy me to cook, and then, you know, the brand he'd get would make a totally different taste, and then he'd, you know, both of us would say, that doesn't taste right. So, you know, I would prefer to do it myself. Seriously, I would prefer to that, because it's been a certain way, you know. When you're the person who, you know, cooks for the family, when stuff throws it all off, or it's not the right thing, it's not the right size, it's not the right texture, it's not the right meat, even, or that, yeah. You don't want, there's a Tesla. The Teslas are crazy here now. It seems like every time you turn around, me and Adam were joking about that, not every time, but almost. They're Teslas, because he told me, I don't pay attention to this stuff, but that they went down on the price or something, and a lot of people are taking advantage of it, I guess. Anyway, I'm wrapping up. Talk to you on another video. Bye.